Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I'm back with a one-page layout featuring a bunch of sunflowers. So we're going to start out with these sunflower dies. I have like the metal dies for this, and I just cut it out on some French vanilla paper and decided I was going to blend some ink for the coloring. So I'm going to start with Sundance for the petals. I go over a second time just to get a couple of darker places, and then I'm going to do Walnut Stain for the inside of the sunflower. That is a distressed oxide, and just kind of make sure the middle kind of is darker. I didn't really want to overlap the colors too much. I did kind of bring that out a little bit, and then the leaves are going to be pine. I do wish I would have used kind of more of an olive color just to match the papers I'm going to be using a little bit better, but I did use pine and just blended those sunflowers. Now we're going to get started with the layout. I am just using a piece of this brown paper. I got it out of my stash. It is from, I think, a dad collection from maybe Bella Boulevard. And then the other papers are going to be from Cozy Days by Simple Stories. So this is the green paper I was kind of telling you about. That pine is just really a darker green. And so I wish I would have kind of tried to find something more similar to that green paper there. I am just using the one picture of the sunflower, and as I was going through my papers trying to figure out kind of a title or whatnot, I really liked this Hello Fall. It just incorporated a lot of different colors, and I just loved the saying and the colors in it. And so I decided I was going to use that as my title, and it just fit in that square so nicely. Initially, I thought I was going to have the sunflowers underneath of that square paper, but decided against it because I didn't really want to cut that square paper any smaller. So with this title, I am double backing it with a couple of different prints. I wanted to make sure I brought in some of that yellow, and so I brought in the green paper first and then the yellow plaid, and used a scrap piece of that yellow plaid again. I decided to rip both sides because one side was already ripped, and so I am going to have that come in underneath that green square. I am going to back my photo with French vanilla. I considered doing more, but I think if I remember correctly, I just leave it the French vanilla. I tried all kinds of different papers and just really did not like how they looked right on that green paper. So I think just having it bordered once with that is going to be enough. And because I really like that plaid paper, I decided that I was going to just cut a couple of smaller strips to go behind the green paper, just to utilize it for another layout. So you can see I just kind of rip it and tuck it underneath that green paper there. And then same with the other side. I did use my Versamat instead of my T-square. So the Versamat has like the measurements going up and down, and so I just made sure I lined up the top of that plaid paper with the same measurement. The embellishing for this layout came together really quickly. I had already set aside all of my sunflower embellishments. I have a doodle pop and some sunflower flares from Scrap and Happy Studio, so I knew I wanted to use those, and quite honestly, I don't know, it just really worked well together. So I am going to, again, use those two sunflowers kind of on opposite corners, and I place those canvas flares from Scrap and Happy Studio on the sunflower and decided I really like the way that that looks. So I am going to kind of leave that. You can see I kind of offset it a little bit, but I didn't really know how else to embellish that cluster if I did kind of offset it. I didn't have enough. I'm sure I could go search for it, but I didn't feel like I had enough right at my fingertips to kind of offset it and add to that embellishment. But I did feel like it looked kind of neat being the center of that sunflower. So with that doodle pop, I am going to add some chipboard flares from Freckled Fawn. I just did a layout with that. I think I posted it yesterday actually, so definitely check out that. I love those papers and how that layout turned out. So just have a couple of chipboard pieces that worked out really well with this. And then a couple of sunflower stickers from the Crisp Air collection from Close to My Heart. So that is going to kind of layer in by my title at the top there. And then just really kept the embellishments down at the bottom. Pretty simple too. Just add that phrase chipboard piece to that doodle pop at the bottom, and about ready to call it good. So again, this came together really quickly. If I can find any of the papers I used or the collections, I will link them down below. Definitely check out Scrap and Happy Studio. Not sponsored by any means. I just really love her products and love that it is a small business. So definitely check out what she has. She's got them for all occasions and they are just beautiful. But I hope you guys enjoyed this layout and we will see you next time. Bye guys.